What's going on, y'all? Sorry about that. I had to take a sip. I'm here at the Coffee Mug with the owner here, Susana Salinas. Chilling, lounging. I'm comfortable right now. This is an awesome spot. Taking Corpus Christi originals on the road. So welcome to the show, Susana. How you doing?
Sure. Good. I'm good. Glad. Happy that you're here.
How do you like the new location?
Oh, man. It was a long time coming. 7 years of being open, and I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
I really am.
Really? Okay. So 7 years has been. Okay. So you were here before. That's what
Yeah.
I was. I was like, wait, like, were you out? But you were here before you went to the spot on Morgan, which
Yes.
everybody knows mostly.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty interesting. So you were at the one on Morgan, which I live down the street from there, pass by there all the time.
Okay.
So you started in 2018. That's very interesting. Okay, so first, the people that might not know your shop or what you're doing here, would you like to introduce yourself to them?
Yes. It's called the Coffee Mug. It's Harry Potter themed, but it's more like inspired by. What I wanted was to have a shop. Basically, I didn't want Harry's face in everyone's face, you know. Like I just wanted something that, like, I used to think, like, what would a shop in the wizarding world look like if it were like where all the houses could go hang out, like after school or whatever. And that's why you see the different sections, you know, and you don't hear like Harry Potter music playing all day. Well, that just because we'd need a break, but it's just, I wanted it to be like a hangout spot where, you know, the different houses could come under one roof, you know, one community. And Harry Potter used to be my escape.
Mm-hmm.
And like, this is, you know, a story about a boy who had just not the greatest childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets and he sees a world that accepts him and you know, that he is somebody. He does feel like seen, and it's an escape from the reality that he lives in. And, you know, it resonated with me always because I didn't have the best childhood and I needed that escape. And Harry Potter was that for me. So I thought I could be basic and open up like a regular basic coffee shop, or I can be not basic and do something different and a little weird and hope that people like the weird and embrace it and allow it here in the community. Because, you know, for the longest time, Corpus does not do well with change. It really doesn't. And it really was, it was a risk.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
That's cool. Man, how do you feel now that it's thriving? Like, I mean, it's tough right there. Like, that's like a step that a lot of people aren't willing to take, you know, that they're really willing to take the easy route, you know.
How much time you got?
We got time. Let me know. Roger from, he says hello from Chicago.
Howdy. I love Chicago.
Camera right there.
I've been to Chicago once. Loved it. I need to go again.
Yeah.
I need to. It was so cool.
That's cool. So you were there on you went vacation? You got family over there?
We went like maybe a couple birthdays ago in November, and oh man, it was I don't know, like it was just so lively. I don't know how to explain it. Like it was just such a vibe, and I loved everything about it. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll go back to your shop where you're talking about how you, instead of having Harry everywhere, Harry Potter, you have like the room, like the different types of rooms and stuff like that. I like that you wanted to imagine what it would be like in the actual wizarding world.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah, you know, it was whenever we came over here, I felt like it was like a bigger challenge. You know, it was going to be a bigger challenge because I went from 1,600 square foot to almost 3,000 square foot.
Whoa.
And I was like, how am I going to execute this? Right. But it actually worked out having, you know, all the different houses, you know, like the different sections, you know what I mean? And all the little like knickknacks that, like, if you know type of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cool. And so it was kind of like geared toward the Potterheads, I guess you can call them, or how do you call?
Yeah, the Potterheads,
right? Yeah, that's cool. Like where this is the Slytherin slash
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff house.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then got Gryffindor over there, Ravenclaw over there, and then upstairs is more of my little like a little nod to customers that have gifted me stuff over the years.
That's so cool. Did you imagine it like this when you first started? Like what was it like this when you imagined it?
Man, when I first started here, when I was just upstairs, it was a pipe dream, and it really like it the opportunity presented itself, and I was able to actually do it and get a place. That getting to that point, I didn't think would ever happen, and I remember I wanted to open up a coffee shop where I can make my own hours and be with my kids, because they were so used to always having me around because I was a stay-at-home mom. I was newly divorced, and not a lot of people would hire someone who hasn't worked for over 8 years.
Wow,
that's hard.
Wow.
And fast forward to getting this place, and I had like no furniture in my house, strictly just because I had it. Whatever furniture I had there was furnished here. I mean, because I was on a strict budget, as in like $1. Like that's all I got to spend, and I was living off of food stamps, welfare, and which I'm grateful for that. Like I'm very grateful that that exists for like single moms, and just a 2-bedroom apartment. And I remember I didn't even have a TV, and I had this little like Acer computer my daughter had. We just watched TV there, and it was just, I remember thinking like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Am I mentally prepared to really like have the energy to do this, while also being a parent and while also not really making a lot of money?
Yeah, wow.
So we got this place up and running upstairs. There was like a chocolate shop downstairs. And I'll never forget it. It's crazy like being even back here, because I remember my kids would stay at the bottom of the stairs, look out the window, and they'd be like, "Oh, we got a customer." And they would just be so excited, right? I'd be lucky if I even had one customer, because no one knew I existed, right? It was just like really just a huge risk. And it took one girl. She made a post and it went viral.
Wow.
And that's why I love social media. I mean, yes, it could be used for evil, but there's also a lot of good with it, just if you know how to use it. And I remember being there at the shop by myself, and no one had been there, and my phone's blowing up and it goes viral. I'm like, oh, okay. And that's when more people started to show up, but it still wasn't decorated like this. I mean, when I say I had like, and looking back at it, other than like my logo, you really like couldn't really tell it was like a Harry Potter theme. But I was upstairs for 3 months. Then I go to Morgan, and I had the momentum going of the viral posts, and when we open up, and this lady reaches out to me. She goes, "Hi, I know you don't know me, but I grew up in Annabelle. I worked for CNN. I think that's cool that you're doing something different in Corpus. I used to like think Corpus was so boring." And she's like, "Can I interview you?" So she sends me all these questions, and I email back, and I'm thinking, well, it could either be CNN or just some random person saying that CNN. And I just told them all my life story, like whatever. And it was really CNN, and it took off.
Wow.
And I had customers sending me like, I think I don't even know where I have it. I know I printed it out, like an article in Germany that was talking about my shop.
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh, okay. And that's where like it took off. Wow. But that's where it also, people just started showing up with things, and they started to like, hey, like I have all this like Harry Potter stuff, but can I leave it here? And, like, can I give it to you?
Wow.
So I thought that was really cool.
Wow, that's dope, man. Community actually helping you out. Did you feel like alone at that one point? You're
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
dang, how do you make it through like that type of situation? Not only by yourself, but knowing that you have two kids that you have to help support. You know what I mean? That's tough.
Being put in survival mode can really make you do crazy things, man. Like, and I just, all I had was a high school diploma on me. I didn't have the privilege of going to college or anything like that. My mom, she would help me sometimes, and I feel very blessed that my kid's dad is still very much involved in their lives. And the weeks that they were with him, I would hustle, and they spent their birthdays here, and they're like just here at the shop helping me, and it was extremely lonely. At the time, I was the only like Latina owned like coffee shop, and I think I was the only, if I'm not mistaken, the only like woman owned coffee shop.
Yeah, wow.
And so you don't really like, I didn't really like know anybody, right? And then so I just had help of friends that happened to like be like, hey, I got you with this, or I'll help you with this. And once I got opened up in Morgan, I was my only employee. And I worked open to close. I did everything. And I did social media. I still do it. But like, I was my own janitor. I was the only barista.
Wow.
And I had to be a mom at the same time.
Man, that's tough. You got finances, you got social media, you got all kinds of stuff on your plate.
Yeah.
That's tough. Man, did you learn that from your work ethic from your parents, like from your mother, or like how do you learn how to be like that? You know what I mean? That question always comes into my mind when I see people go through that type of adversity. Like how? Like how are you like this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what it's like to grow up with not a lot of money, and I don't come from much, and my kids, I don't know, man. You become a parent and you're like,
Oh yeah.
everything I've been through, like I never want you to even remotely just sort of know what I went through. And I want you to know better. And my mentality was always, I never liked the mentality of, well, I suffered this, I went through this, so you need to know what that's like. And it's like, no, I suffered this, I went through this. I never want you to know what that's like. I most definitely want you to always be better than me. I tell my kids all the time, I want you to be better than me. If you ever open up a business, I want to be super successful. If you like whatever it is you want to do, always be better than me. And I'm not trying to like downplay myself, but I want my kids to always strive for more, keep striving for more. And for me, it's still that, like, it's still very much like, okay, what do I got to do to like, and that, I think that, but that's also, I think like my problem sometimes, because I don't ever just sit down and just take it all in.
Wow.
I don't just sit down and be like, oh shit. So very few times I do. And I'm like, I'll just be here and I'm like, oh damn,
Oh shoot.
I made this, like, this is cool.
Wow.
Because I'm just like, I'm constantly thinking like, okay, this worked out. What do I gotta do like for the next month? And what do I gotta do to make this better? How can I be better? And
Yeah.
I never just like sit down and take it all in. And the few times that I do, because I guess now people do, but for most people don't know I'm the owner, right? So I'll just be sitting here and I'm just like watching people like, chill out, like have a good time with their coffee.
Crazy. Yeah.
So,
What's that like?
Oh man, it's my favorite part. That's my favorite
Wow.
thing. I mean, I guess now people know right now, know I'm the owner, but I remember I used to sit down and I don't know why people assume that the owner's a guy. Or like, I don't know what they expect, to be honest with you. So whenever, I remember one time I was sitting there, drinking my coffee on my computer, and someone's like, Yeah, I went to school with the owner, man. Like, shit, it's like crazy. You know? Like, yeah, we go way back. And I'm all, I've never seen this person in my life, bro.
Wow.
But this is interesting. No, for real, go for it. Like, keep talking. But no, I've seen people be like, oh man, this place is great. This place is so cool. I bet you the owner, he must love Harry Potter.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm all bit. I do.
Wow, that man.
But I will say though, I have gotten a lot of real honest reviews when I'm sitting here hearing people talk, because a lot of my recipes have been changed
Really?
strictly on, like, I hear people say something about it, I'm like, huh. And then I go back there and I check it out, make it, do something different. I'm like, I could see what that was. I could see how they thought that. Let me perfect that. Let me make it better.
Wow. So like, so in terms of like the character, because you're like, I'm drinking, this is, what is this, the Hufflepuff,
The Hedwig.
the Hedwig. Okay, so you're saying they suggest like certain elements to put in there to make it seem like that character.
Because sometimes they'll be like, I hear people, but man, this is too sweet.
Okay.
And then I just listen to it, or they'll just be like, oh, this is it just has way too much cinnamon, or something like that. And then I go and see how they're doing it, and but I like sitting here because also, like, it is, I'm telling you, it really is nice. Like, I don't sit here enough. I sit down and I'm like, people just enjoy it. Like, I don't think I'll ever get like used to people coming in like this, like,
Wow.
like, and I hear people, oh yeah, like, they'll tell the barista, I drove all the way from Brownsville and this place is so cool. And that, I love that, because I'm like, sometimes I do need like the universe to be like, hey, calmada, like, like, look, you're good. Why chill, dude? Like, drink your coffee, breathe.
Yeah.
Because I'm always like, I need to be better. I need to be better.
Well, do you feel like you're hard on yourself?
Oh, extremely hard.
Yeah. I mean, is that maybe part of your upbringing, or maybe just how your mind is wired, or what do you? I mean,
to be honest with you, I'm not at all embarrassed to say this, but ashamed to say this, but I didn't hear a lot of "I'm proud of you." I didn't hear a lot of like, "This is great" and "You're doing great," and it was just now, especially now that I'm a parent, you don't like. I look back, I'm like, man, sometimes your parents, they're also in survival mode. They're trying to also make sure that my mom, she's from Monterrey. I'm first generation.
Oh wow.
And she just wanted to make sure we had a better life. And with my kids, I'm always trying to be like, reassure them, like, hey, you're doing great, babe, and this and that. But I didn't hear it, so I get to the point sometimes where I have to tell myself, dude, you're doing great. Like, chill.
Wow.
Because you get to a certain age, you get to a certain point, you can't teach an old dog a new trick sometimes. So it's hard for me to really just sit back and be like, okay, I did this.
Yeah.
Very few times that has happened where I'm just like, damn, like, I'm still here. Like, I did this. And it was when we won the Best of the Best Community Choice last year.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like, oh, you like me. I'm and it's not like, I'm notorious for like, you'll never see me like, hey guys, vote for me or vote for us. Like, I'm not really a competitive person at all. Like, I'm probably the worst person to play any game with.
Did you learn that from your brothers, or like, I mean?
No, they're competitive.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm very like, oh, dang, I didn't win. All right, well,
see, I'm the middle child too, and I'm the same way. Like, my dad was like astonished, like, where's Jesse? Like, we would play basketball or whatever, and the game would be over, and they're like, where's Jesse at? Oh, he's over there. He doesn't care if we lost or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, so is that kind of what it was like in?
Yeah, I've always been. I mean, as soon as I can get a job, I worked. Right, I paid for my own car, my own cell phone, and like, I had a pager.
Wow, crazy.
Like, what was a 16-year-old doing with the pager? I don't know. But I had one.
So you worked for that stuff. And paid for it.
I've always been that way. And I don't know, like, when we won, it was strictly just because people genuinely liked it. And that's always so gratifying to me, because I'm like, I didn't ask you. I didn't like say free coffee if you vote for me. Like, no, it was more of like y'all went out of your way to vote for the coffee shop and say we like it. We think it deserves
Wow.
to win.
Wow. So you kind of like left it up to the customers or your crowd or your tribe or
That's honestly what, for me, at the end of the day, like the way I've always looked at it is like, if you're happy, then I'm doing good. Then that means that this is going to continue, you know? And I also like never respond to like our Google reviews. I think I did once just because it was like really funny. Like the review, and I was like,
do you read them?
I do. I
Okay.
read them, and it's usually like my husband's favorite review is this guy. He's like, he gave me a 1 star. It was like on the square one.
Damn.
And he was very disappointed because my date showed up and looked nothing like her picture.
Oh.
And I felt catfish or something like that. He's all, but the coffee and brownie was good. And I was like, okay. I mean, damn, dude, like, how bad was it? You know, that he's got to like, it's a 1 star because this chick catfished me. My husband just loves telling people that. But I take Google reviews. It sucks because like I feel like we depend off of Google reviews, right? Like we do need them because there's people who look at them like, what are they saying about the space before I even go?
Yes.
Some people just use it as a platform to just be genuinely hateful, right? Just to be mean. And the ones that like I do actually take into account are the ones that are like, coffee shop was cool, atmosphere was great, felt like the coffee was too sugary, felt like it was too watery, felt like it was this and that.
Damn.
And then what I do is, well, I don't respond, but what I do is I take that and I go and I see who is working or whatever, and I'm like, hey, make me that drink. I see what they mean.
Oh wow, so you do actually kind of.
Yeah, and I take that very serious. But this goes back to like, if you're not happy, then that means this place doesn't succeed, right?
Wow.
And my kids don't get fed.
Oh, shoot.
There's no roof over their head. So that's like how my brain is always like.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to always, and this goes back to like me not being competitive. Like I just, if another Harry Potter coffee shop opened, great, cool, let's be best friends because that's actually kind of cool. But that's about it. Like great, you know, there's room enough for everyone. I need to make sure that customers happy, baristas are taken care of, baristas are paid, bills are paid, rent is paid. Then eventually, if I'm lucky, I get paid. And if those things aren't running appropriately, then this place isn't running. Then this place isn't going to feed my kids. Isn't going to put a roof over their head. Wow. And that's why I'm always just like, what do I got to do? You know, like, oh, we won. Great. Thank you guys. Because that really does like, oh, okay. And I know for like the locals list, the band, we've never won first, but we're always either second or third. Shout out to my fellow competitors. It's always between me, Coffee Waves, and Island Joe's. Hey. But it's that's I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I do tell myself, you gotta chill. Like you need to breathe a little bit. I'm like, or I can make a new drink, or come to fix this and come fix that, and yeah.
Wow, so cool. What's up to Roger, Ida, DJ Lil King, Roger, Ben De Leon? Thanks for joining the chat, you guys. Appreciate y'all, man. This is so cool. So obviously competitive. I can tell that now. But that's cool though. Like, I mean, some people are competitive or whatever, but like for me, because my podcast has been on the locals list a few times. Not winning.
I saw that.
Not winning. Yeah. Not winning, but on there. But after the first couple, since I started, I was like, I'm not even gonna mess with it because it gets in my head too. Like, oh, well, they're doing better, and then I don't need that in my head.
You want to know what my greatest accomplishment? One of my greatest accomplishments in this shop, other than meeting my husband, and if he's, I didn't know this was going to be live.
Give him a shout out, hell yeah!
I don't know, babe, you're my greatest accomplishment. All right, but getting recognized by Warner Brothers and getting a cease and desist from Warner Brothers.
No kidding.
Yes, I was all like, with the cease and desist. I was somewhere, I don't even remember what the photo is, but like. I get a cease and desist from Warner Brothers, and it's like early on, and my lawyer's like, so do what they say because they're like Thanos, and as he says, they can kill you like your whole dream. Pero he's all, but take a picture with it because like how cool is that? Like they know a little shop in Corpus Christi exists, and he's like, not necessarily they're seeing you as a threat, but they just know you exist, and that says it. That means that's how far you've made it, like, to where you're like your radar, right?
So you're talking about, so that is that the name change? Is that why you changed it? Okay.
So it used to be a Coffee Muggle.
Coffee Muggle, yeah.
And you know, a lot of people were like, "Oh, what's the secret? Why did you change it?" And I'm like, "Oh, because I don't want to get sued.
I want to keep
because I'm broke
in my pocket."
You know what I'm saying? And like, because people feel, and it was funny because before that, I would get like people sending me articles. I'm like, listen, I don't know how to take this, but like they would send me articles like of people getting sued for opening up shops like Harry Potter theme. And they wouldn't say anything. They would just send like people I didn't even know send like articles. I'm like, thanks. But even then, I never had like his face everywhere. It was just called the Coffee Muggle.
Okay.
Right. But my lawyer's like, look, you've established yourself enough to where like you have a good crowd coming in. Yeah. Just drop the LE. Right.
So that was it. That was the only cease and desist?
Yeah.
Really?
And well, because he was like, look, change the name because the J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, she owns the word Muggle, right? Okay. So any which way you want to write it, that's hers, right?
It's her made up word.
It's her made up word that she's got trademarked, and then outside because we had like I Heart Coffee.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Right. So because right now it's just like the blue with the lightning bolt, my logo, but it used to be a red heart with a Deathly Hallows symbol.
Wow.
So she also owns the rights to that symbol. So like, get rid of that. And my lawyer's like, look, change the name. People can call it whatever they want. You just have to like legally drop that.
Wow.
And be subtle with the names because she owns the word like Draco Malfoy.
Wow.
But she doesn't own the word Malfoy. So like, I just became a little bit like more smart.
Are you still conscious? So you're still conscious of that right now?
Yeah. Oh, I'm constantly like, no, we can't. I'm not going to do that.
Can't name it this or can't name it that.
I have a team that I trust with my life, and I have a budget guy, which is my younger brother.
Yeah.
I have an HR girl, and that's my sister, and I have a lawyer for pretty much everything.
Cool.
And these are people that I call for advice, and if they say no, then it's no.
Wow.
And because I don't know everything, and I will never say that I know everything, and I'm constantly learning as I grow, and I don't know much about certain things, but this person might, and their advice will help me grow, right, and progress. And so there's a lot of things that I just take into consideration. But my lawyer's like, just change it. And I think people thought it was like this, like, I don't know what they thought. Everybody just always like, ooh, what's ¿qué onda?
They wanted the
like, hey, what happened? Yeah, like, hey, ¿qué pasó? And I'm like, yes, please. I'm like very metiche too, right? Like, I mean, as long as it's not my drama, right? So like, I get it. Like, I get it, thank you. Sorry, I gotta take a sip real quick.
All good. Thanks a lot, you guys, for joining the chat. Man, this is awesome. I got drink here. Oh, I got the sticker, guys. Check it out. It's a dope sticker. She just put it out. It's over here. You can't really see it. Dope sticker. That's pretty cool.
Probably should have used the coffee mug, but
no, it's all good.
I got my
hey. So I guess would you consider, because obviously I'm into Harry Potter. I like all the movies. My favorite one out of all of them is Half-Blood Prince.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
That's a good one.
It's my favorite one. And then of course I'm into Marvel and all kinds of other stuff.
Me too.
Would you say a lot of your crowd is those type of people? And
yes, I love nerds. Okay, like
I wanted you to say it first before I did. So
I want you to get in trouble. Y'all heard it from her first, from her mouth.
You heard it, guys.
She said it. No, It's funny because when I first met my husband, like his thing. Oh, first of all, this dude, like, bless his heart, but he didn't know anything about Harry Potter, and he's like, I just came for the vibes because your shop is cool, and it was like down the street from my work. But he goes, when I put two and two together, he's like, oh, this is a Harry Potter coffee shop. Like, truthfully, I don't know what people expect when they like see me. I don't come off as someone.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like there's, and how do I put this? Like, I feel like they maybe expect me to be like in a robe, like a Harry Potter robe or something all day.
Okay.
Or what? I just like, I meet people and they start like talking about, oh, well, let's just say Game of Thrones. And they're like, oh, well, I don't know if you watched that. I'm all, girl, I am team all of the teams, okay? Because I love every house differently in Game of Thrones, okay? Because each one of them brings me something special. But, you know, and I could go down like this, like huge, like, I if I could learn Dothraki, I would, okay? I don't know what use that would bring me, but I would.
Do people play here? Or, I mean, like...
Yeah, so we would get like Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and that I feel like that I could watch Dungeons and Dragons, right? Like in action.
Yeah.
Could I play it? Probably not.
Yeah.
Because the intensity of the people there, again, back to me not being competitive, I'd be like, what? Look at my little monito. Is it cute, right? And they'd be like, they would never ask me back. Like, they wouldn't. Because I'd just be thinking this is fun.
Well, shoot, I tried playing Pokemon with my brother one time. And
Dude,
I was looking at the paragraph that you had to read on the card. I was like, man, that's too much, bro. Let's play Monopoly. I mean, yeah, it's cool that what you're doing, bro. I appreciate it. It's awesome, man. But can we play Monopoly or something?
No, for real. And even then with Monopoly, man, like, I love my brother, but he's like, what do you mean? You want to take my house? And it's like, nah.
That's cool. It's cool that you have a place for people like us, like nerds, you know what I mean, to come in. And outside it says safe space. What did it say on the sign? Safe space? Or
yeah,
what's the deal with that?
I'm telling you, like, when I got divorced, I had, like, you know, not a lot of friends. I mean, my whole life was just you know, being a mom, and my early 20s was being a mom. And I started my 30s going through a divorce and trying to figure out how am I going to make ends meet, because I got 2 kids now, you know. And I've always loved coffee, and I wanted to create a space that, like, I can play emo music all day, and, you know, no one's gonna like say anything, and in fact they'll just appreciate it. Or I can sit here and talk to someone about Game of Thrones or Harry Potter or the Marvel films, and they'd chime in, and it's just like, and that's happened before. I'll be back there making coffee, we talk about it, another customer comes in, oh my god, I know, did you see that episode? And it's just like, I love that. And I wanted this place to be where, because people come in dressed in cosplay just to literally chill and drink coffee.
Wow.
And I'm like,
so cool.
For me, that's what I mean when I say safe, for many reasons. But one of them was like, you can come in here, be all decked out in whatever cosplay you want, and we will embrace it. So in fact, let me take a picture with you, because that's cool. And it's like the fact that this place is safe enough for someone not to be embarrassed by like being them and dressing like them. That's definitely something that, you know, but that I feel like people have really embraced, and, you know, I love that.
Yeah. Did you experience that when you were younger? And like, where would you go? You know what I mean? Where was there places for you to go when you were younger? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think about that too. Like, my dad put me in sports like since I was a kid, and then even at that, I learned how to play guitar. I like the music you were listening to when it came in. I listened to that stuff. You know what I mean? In the 90s, and grew up in the 90s, and it's pretty cool to have those type of spaces. And the more I do this, like, this is like nerd stuff. But now it's like everybody wants to. But it's cool. Yeah, it's cool now. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool that you can have that going. So we'll be going for 34 minutes. Is there anything you would like to mention or talk about?
No, I feel like we've been kind of talking about everything.
Do you want to keep talking? You want to keep going? Or?
Yeah.
So we talk about running a business, origin story. So the coffee mug experience. What's the creative process behind drinks and menu items? Well, you had more on your menu, didn't you?
I did.
You
I did
did
like
have a
chill out.
lot.
Well, I just get like
You get creative.
get
You want to just
creative.
create all that kind of stuff.
Like I had a few other drinks. I was like, man, I gotta chill out. I got like so many drinks. Like even I was
Why?
overwhelmed.
So why? Oh, okay.
Because well, again, like one thing about my shop, we ain't bougie. Okay, we're not bougie. I can't, but this could just be
What's
growing up.
bougie?
Okay, this could just be growing up Mexican, right? But I'm like, do I need to spend all that money on that, or is there like the off brand, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's pretty much why like this whole shop is everything's refurbished, right? Now but it's also like or gifted, right? We're not. I don't know. I've never had like the bougie like menu boards. I should, and I probably will, but it's just I like that everything is like refurbished and gifted. After COVID, we were shut down during COVID. We were shut down for like a month, maybe. So I had to like open. If I was able to open up again, that was hard.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Being closed for like, excuse me, that was hard. Being closed for like a month, mentally, and because you go from like riding this high, and in an instant, like a bulldozer just goes.
Dang.
And it could just be taken from you. And that was also humbling for me because you do ride this high whenever you're like, oh, this is going great.
Right.
And then you think that it's never going to go away. You think it's always going to it's always going to be this way.
Right. Yeah.
And then the universe is like, sight.
Oh, shoot. What are you going to do now?
I know. Right.
Yeah.
So that was something for me that like, I'm grateful that happened. I'm glad that happened. Just like I'm glad that like I had to be thrown into survival mode after my divorce because it wouldn't have pushed me to like hustle
right
to where I am today.
Yeah.
And when that happened and I opened back up again, I had this like small little espresso machine. And tell me why when I turned it on, it just like burst into flames.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I'm all like, well, that's not good.
No.
So I go on like Facebook Live and I'm like, I tell the customer like, hey guys, I really wanted to open again, but I don't have a machine because it bursted into flames.
Oh, dude.
So
and that's the moneymaker right there. Right?
It was. I was like, well, I'm gonna
shoot.
need that. So someone reaches out to me. He's like, hey, I have a friend who has an espresso machine that they no longer have because their machine, that's like crazy. They had a restaurant, they ended up closing down, whatever. Put you in contact. All right. I hit them up and they're like, here, you can come look at it, whatever. Okay. And then I go, I never assume anything's free. I will never assume anything's free.
Wow.
Okay. I always to me, it's like, how much, so I said, to be honest with you, and I told him I was very straightforward. I was like, to be honest with you, sir, like this machine is in great shape. It's phenomenal. How much, And he's like, look, I think he's like a lawyer or something. He's like, look, I'm hardly ever in town. So when I'm in town, just could use a cappuccino every time I'm in town. I was like, no, but like how much? Like I know. Yeah. And he's like, no, that's it. Like you don't gotta pay me nothing. Just I just a cappuccino when I'm in town.
Wow.
And I was just like, damn. So got the machine. It was bigger than what I had. So it was like an even bigger blessing too.
Wow.
And got the machine and I don't know, man. Like that like it just stuck with me because I'm like, you grow like how I grew up. It was just I didn't grow up in the best neighborhood. Again, not the greatest childhood, and it really does. It's not kind of cliche, but it really does give you a whole different perspective on humanity when you've had a specific perspective your whole life. And I'm like, oh, good people exist? What? Where y'all at? Like, I didn't know this. And It's just like, so you mean that you want to gift this to me?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. That it was like little things like that where I was just like, man, I think I am building a community shop,
Wow.
and literally everything has been gifted, like here in the shop, almost everything. Yeah,
Man, that's so cool. Yeah, to have that flip on you, like people actually do care, because it seems like you're alone all the time. Like I feel that too. Like
yeah,
definitely. Like I need a hug sometimes.
no,
You
for
know what I
real.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's, and I've mentioned this on my personal podcast where men, like especially in our culture, stop crying.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like go through it, stop crying. But like no, like we actually need that affection every now and then. You know what I mean? To to continue to go on.
yeah.
Yes, we are meant to encourage ourselves, right? But at the same time, having encouragement from loved ones is just as good. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, like, some people don't realize like how this can mold your children, like to be older. Like, it's benefited me. Like, it's weird to say, but like, not having that reassurance, not having that like, oh, I'm proud of you, benefited me in a way where I am more like hardcore,
Right, right.
right? I'm very like, I could see right through you. Like, I could read through the bullshit. My husband, he calls me like la brujita, because sometimes I just be saying, I'm like, this person's gonna do this and that,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
gonna do this, and he's like, how did you? You know what? I don't even question it anymore. But it also like affects you in a sense where you really do feel like you're not good enough. Like you feel like, oh,
Yeah.
like, I mean, sometimes like I even step back in my head, dude, doing this for 7 years, you made it through COVID, you made it through a whole house construction, you're here, like you're good, like, you know, and it's not to say that I get comfortable and this is gonna be
Right,
easy
right.
peasy, but it's like sometimes I have to remind myself, hey, you're not in the trenches anymore. How about that? So that's definitely something that like I try to like instill in my kids,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, where I'm like constantly like, you're doing great, you know, like, oh, this is so cool, I'm so proud of you, you know, because I don't ever want them to know that feeling as an adult, like I
Mm.
never heard this, or no one ever told me this, and no one
Oh
ever hugged
wow.
me.
Yeah, for sure. How do they feel whenever you do tell them that? I mean, do you explain it to them? This is why I'm doing this, or
Yeah,
like,
no, they
how
know.
does that happen?
They
Yeah.
100% know. I have a really good relationship with them. It was crazy. Like my daughter, she works for like the school paper, and she wrote an article
Wow.
and about me in the shop, and she got a quote. I like to mess with her, Mom. Not you using me for grades. But she sent me the article. I read it, and I just got like emotional because I was like,
Wow.
so this is how you view me, like,
Wow.
you know, I guess I am doing a good job. Like I am, like, you are proud of me.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's certain type of people that have that like filter, like we can't see what other people see.
Yeah,
Like I can't figure, like people see me a certain way, I don't figure it out. I'm 43 and figuring stuff out
Yeah.
about myself. Like,
Yeah.
really, am I like that? You know? And my wife, a lot of times, she's a filter, like for me, like, oh no, this is what it is. You
so
know?
chill
What I mean?
out.
Yeah, but she's awesome. Yeah. Speaking of women, so woman Latina business owned, is that big to you? Or do you
It
think
is.
about that? It is. Really?
Is huge. Like in here in the shop, there's a wall of portraits, and one of them is my abuela,
Mhm.
and I was her first granddaughter. Like I still remember her. She passed away when I was like 8, and she grew up in, you know, she's from Monterrey, but she grew up like women are just moms and wives and housekeepers. Like that's it. Like, what do you mean you own a business? Like, and it was just like I I I I wholeheartedly believe that she would be one proud, but also like, oh, she's got a business, and it's like, oh my god, like, are you sure you can do this? And because it's especially now, man, like, you know, being Mexican, Latina, like
Mhm.
it's these times, it's, I don't know, it's hard, and I'm very proud. I've always been very proud. I love I love meeting people who speak Spanish
Mhm.
because I instantly like, you're my people. And I've always been very proud of being Latina. Like Well, that just because I've always liked being able to speak a whole different language and
Cool.
talk code with other people.
If you want.
I'm like, or like the Mexican code where you talk to. I don't know if your tias or your mom ever did this with her all.
Yeah.
And like they get
I was
it.
just thinking that like arms or whatever.
Yes, like
yeah.
they do that like. I love my culture, man.
Yeah.
Like coffee is my culture.
Wow.
Right? Because I don't know about you, but like growing up, it was always like, va a venir fulana de tal, pone un cafecito. And it was like 9.
Wow.
And, cafecito, ella va a traer un pan dulce, right? Like she's going to bring like, some bread and something sweet, put some coffee on.
Wow.
I've been drinking coffee since I was little. And it one of the things that I loved about it, and I still love about it, is like even right now, we're talking over coffee.
With coffee, yeah.
Like something about just having a cup of coffee in front of you and like catching up with somebody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you could sit here. I've seen people sit here for hours just talking to somebody, and it's just over coffee. And it just brings you together. Like it's one of those like, hey, you want to go grab a cup of coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. How's it going? Good. Hey, you want to go grab some coffee? Let's catch up. And it's just like, that's been my whole life. Like my mom like would just have people over and they would just drink coffee and they would be there for hours and they would just be like, just talking and, conviviendo. And that's what I've always liked about it. And, and I love seeing people here. I mean, there's people here that like, I've seen people on dates. Oh, I'm so nosy. Like there'll just be like dates. I'm just like waiting. Like,
could you like tell?
You could totally tell when they're on a
wow.
date, and then like entran así, bien like, bien monas, real cute, and then they're just sitting there, and then like, or like a guy's there like waiting, and you could tell he's just like fidgeting, and I'm like, hey, and then like, I want you so bad. I never will because it's super tacky, but low key I want to be like, hey, ¿cómo les fue? Siempre que. Que sí o no? Nah, pues sí está feíto, pero imagine, ahí bien metiche. But
wow, that's so cool, man. I was gonna ask you too, how come not like tacos, or how come your business is not this or not that, but you just basically
coffee is. I have one of the things I love about it too is like after, like even like just now, once you and I leave, like you left now with a bigger understanding of me and my business, and we sat down over coffee, and you left knowing more. And
wow, and
I love that because anybody can come here, even if you're just meeting for like a meeting or whatever. Like you just left, and you know more about this person now.
Wow,
that. Don't get me wrong. Like there's,
that.
You meet up with your friend for a drink, right? But then you mix alcohol with all that, whatever. But it hits different when it's just a cup of coffee. You're sitting there with your friend or family member, whoever. You just left knowing a lot more about them than when you walked in. Wow. And I love that friendship that you can build over just a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I see it as like you leave more knowledgeable than when you got there. Which is huge for my podcast, because that's what I want people to see. I want them to know more as opposed to before watching an episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So knowledge is huge. And I've always been kind of like having a teacher mindset.
Yeah.
I taught guitar lessons. I substitute taught for a little bit. But it's cool to like teach people stuff. And that's like a connection that is pretty interesting to me.
And plus, I love learning. That's one thing about me. Is I will never stop learning. I've learned a lot owning a business for 7 years, but I don't even know the half of it. And that's why a lot of I meet other business owners and I pick their brain. Like, I think the moment you start saying like, I know everything, I am the best coffee in town. Like, no one can beat me.
Wow.
Like, I'm the messiah of coffee, right? Like, that's where I feel like people like, where they go wrong, because I'm like, are you though? Like, if to me, like I limit myself if I feel like I know it all. Like in my opinion, I feel like I would limit myself like by thinking like, oh, I know everything, I don't need to know. And then yet, if I didn't have that mentality and I did speak to you, you might have an idea, and I'm like, you know what? I never thought of that. That's interesting,
right? Yeah, having somebody else's perspective can definitely help, and especially if you're willing to learn too. Because, like you said, not a lot of people are willing to learn,
Yeah,
which it limits them. I
yeah.
definitely agree to that. Even like making coffee. Did you know how to make the types of coffee you're making now, or just like when did that come about?
Um, right before I opened this up, so at the time, a lot coffee shops they had like a an aesthetic of like who they would like hire,
Mhm.
and I get it. And I'm like, make what early 30s, and it's like no one wanted to hire
Mm.
a single mom, right? So I get
Wow.
it, and because it's mainly like a college job, and I was like, whatever, but I'll figure it out.
Well, make your own lane. You make your own lane
Yeah.
at that point, right?
So I get a job at the Omni Hotel,
Mhm.
and they have like a little like coffee shop in there. Shout out to Morsels because they taught me a lot more. And it's crazy because it
Nice.
worked out because you're working there, you're learning about the inventory, you learn how like things flow, like how like of like a coffee shop.
Mhm.
And I'm like so grateful for that because it was literally the last job I had where I just took the
Wow.
plunge and got all my savings and started the shop. And
Wow.
it was really cool. The like everyone there was so helpful. I actually like that job. Sometimes I just be like, what, y'all hire me? Because I just be telling my husband, I'm like, you know what?
So you like making coffee? What
I
was the
love
most fun?
making coffee.
Okay.
I just sometimes like when you own a coffee shop, you maybe like 1% of the time you get lucky enough to make coffee. Because you're like when you know any business, right? Like
Okay.
like my husband, he owned a jiu-jitsu gym for a while.
Hmm.
And he loves jujitsu. He's been doing it for years. But he realized like, oh, like I can't like be just training all day. Like I gotta like make sure taxes are paid. This is paid, and like,
Yeah.
well, this needs my attention. And so like, you don't get to like do it all the time. So because I'm hardly back there, I'm usually behind the scenes.
Mhm.
Again, not a lot of people know I'm the owner. So I'd be back there and they're like, oh, you're new. I'm a regular. This happened at the other shop.
Do you play along? Do you play along?
Oh, heck yeah, I do. I'm like, I'm all, yeah, what's up? And they're like, well, you like working here? I was like, I do, man. It's really cool. And they're like, oh, so you like Harry Potter? I'm all, a little bit. Un poquitito, casi nada, no. I'm all, Harry, who? And I'm all like, no, it's cool. They're like, oh, this place is great. They're like, the baristas are great. Yeah, I know. I think they're great too. And but again, I get the feedback because at that point, they could just say like, yeah, this is great, but their drink's a little too sugary for me. And it's just like, and I like to talk to them, to the customers.
Cool.
So I like being back there. I just don't get to be back there a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's cool. What's your favorite drink and most underrated item?
Favorite drink? Oh man, you're gonna.
Was this gonna split the crowd?
I am probably the most boring coffee drinker ever,
Oh, yeah.
and that's the just a black cup of coffee with steamed half and half, no sugar. But if I had to pick one from the menu, and it's the Horcrux.
Okay.
Just because it's horchata and espresso.
Dope. That's cool.
And oh man, I already know my brother's gonna be like, why did you tell them that I made up the name? But shout out to my brother because he came up with that name. Because one day he was all, you know what you need? Like if you got like horchata and like espresso, you can call it the Horcrux. And I was like, you know what? And then it took off, and it's like been like, wow. Everyone loves it, and he's all, so my check.
Yeah.
Am I gonna get that
royalties?
Like, no, for real. But no, like that I feel like that one is just like everyone freaking loves it, man.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, it's cool.
There's some that are not on the menu anymore that I still have like a soft spot for. The Dobby, which is butterscotch and white chocolate.
Wow.
And the Sinister of Magic, which is, we make our chocolate in-house, right? So we make our own mocha.
Cool.
It's mocha with cinnamon.
Okay.
Mainly also because I like the names, you know.
Yeah, so cool. I was thinking about the buckbeak.
The buckbeak.
I didn't see that one on there.
No, that one's our seasonal.
Okay.
That one is
because
it's got pumpkin spice.
Okay,
So
okay.
then you know, another one that I feel like everyone likes is it's called the La Brujita or Bruja Spice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's horchata and pumpkin spice.
Cool. And you put a video earlier. Was it La Matcha or
La Matcha, which is like lavender matcha.
Oh.
Like sometimes I just don't have witty names. I'm all, it's just La Matcha.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all, La, what's La for? I'm all, lavender. Wait, I can't help also too, like I have to add a little culture into the shop.
Okay.
I remember like early on, people would comment and they would say things like, but Harry Potter is in England, bro. Why are you doing like Mexican stuff? And I'm like, the fact that you just said that publicly, bro, like, like, I wanted to so bad to troll them, but I can't, right? Porque me tengo que portar bien, right? I gotta behave. It's family business. But I trolled you in my mind.
We get it around here too, you know what I mean? Especially if we
I'm all, bro, we're in South Texas. Really? Like,
that's funny.
You know what I'm saying? And but I'm like, I don't care. It's my shop.
Mm-hmm.
I do whatever I want. And if I want Tragos Amargos playing when you walk in, but Tragos Amargos is going to be playing when you walk in.
Well,
you know, it's probably because I'm going through something, but that's fine. No.
You got baked stuff too, right? I've seen the happy birthday cakes. That's pretty cool.
So
that's so dope.
That's also from a local bakery, Kika's Desserts. She's from Monterrey.
Wow.
Latina owned.
So cool.
So freaking cool. And then the coffee beans that I get them from Calaris, which is on the island. Also Latina owned. She's from El Salvador.
Dope.
Katia. She has her little coffee shop out there on the island. They just opened up like a bigger brick and mortar. She was just like inside like subleasing somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And even with her, like we bounce off ideas, and you know, she's just barely like starting, but she's had a roasting company for a while. So
wow.
like, I mean, what can I learn from you? And she'll come in here and, you know, she's never been one to like overstep, but I'm like, you know, can you teach me how to do this? And, you know, I like to learn this. And mind you, I've been in like coffee shop business longer than she has, but to me, it's like, yeah, but she's more knowledgeable in this certain like area in coffee.
Yeah.
So how can I learn from you? And I tell her sometimes too, like, how can I learn this from you? Can you teach me that? And it benefits my shop. So therefore my shop is better and like, you know, succeeds. And
right. I like that. It's community, actual community helping community grow. That's huge right there, man. So that's awesome. What else we got? Quick fire. If you weren't doing the coffee mug, what would you be doing? That's tough, man. You've been so 2000. How many years is that? 18, 19, 20? 8 years.
Be 8 years this year.
That's almost a decade.
No, for real. And you know, I get asked all the time, when you gonna open up another location? I'm all, girl, give me a break.
Give me a minute.
I'm just like, this is like my fourth child. I have 3 kids, right? And this is like,
congratulations.
Thank you. This is like my 4th child. And I'm like, you don't understand. Okay. Like, and I've told the baristas this, at the end of the day, the way I look at this place is like I look at when my son's at daycare, right? Like his daycare, they'll take care of him for me while I'm away.
Yeah.
They feed him. If he were to like fall, hurt his knee, they take care of him. But they'll never love it. Love him like I love him, right? So that's why even with my baristas, I always try to take care of them. Like when we were closed, because I had to like move over here, I was closed for almost a month to get this place up and running.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to like even pay them a little something, because I'm like, I don't want y'all not to have any sort of income coming in. And my thing was always like, let me take care of y'all because y'all are taking care of my kid right here.
Wow.
You know, this is my baby. And if I ever opened up another location, oh man, I see people like opening up locations left to right, and I'm like, you know what? How? Like, how do you do it? Like, because I'm constantly, you know, you create like a product here,
right?
and that everyone loves. And then you go open up another one. You need to emulate the same product,
thing. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And because if not, that one's not going to succeed, even though it's the same thing.
Mhm.
And I need to make sure this place is in good standing and it's doing great. Because if I always just had like crappy reviews and like, oh, the coffee sucks,
Yeah.
and the customer service sucks, I'm like, oh, thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna go open up another location and not in any way fix this situation, right? But where I would be, I'd probably just still be trying to get a job and work for my kids
Yeah.
and make sure that they are taken care of. I don't think I'll ever stop being in survival mode. Like,
Wow.
I'm doing great for myself. You know, I had like a little aha moment not too long ago.
Mhm.
I'm sitting there in my house with my husband and my kids in the living room. And I just remembered what it was like sitting in that when I first opened up. Yeah, we had just opened up this place, this one back in December. And it was, you know, it's been doing great. And I'm sitting there in my house and I'm like, damn, like I remember sitting in like that crappy ass apartment with like no TV and watching Netflix with just me and my two kids and like using food stamps and all that. And I'm like, and I'm not there anymore. And oh, like, damn, like I'm here. Like it was nice, you know. And I think I have so many reasons to be grateful for this place. Look, I met my husband here.
Yeah.
We got married at the shop.
So cool.
At the old shop because where we met, and
so awesome.
It's it opened my eyes a lot to I'm way more cutthroat with the shop. Yeah. I'm like super cutthroat when it comes to business. When it comes to business, I'm just like,
do you have to be that way? Like, I mean, it seems like you get to the point where it's like, I care so much about this that because like in our culture, oh, we're family. You know what I mean? But it's like, yes, we are. But at the same time, I've got this going. Do you understand? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of have to be like that. You know what I mean? You kind of have to get to that point.
One of the things that I'll never understand is when people reach out and it's a lot of times it's like big organizations, people that have like a lot of money, right? Wow. That they have like organizations where their galas are going to bring in thousands of dollars to make sure that company's still running. They hit up small businesses and they say, can you donate a gift card or can you give me this for free?
Wow.
And it's just like, no, you give me something, like you have more money than me, you know, or like, oh, can I get a discount? Wow. And it's just like no. But for me, like anytime I've ever done any sort of like an event or anything like that, we do like giveaways and prizes. I actually go to the business itself and I'll buy a gift card. And I don't even tell them what it's for. I mean, to me, all they care about is like they made the sale and this is great. Now there is like smaller businesses where they want to donate. And for me, like, okay, you donated this, let me showcase you. So I'll do like a whole live and I go through every single donation and I show them the card and I put the link in there and then I say, this is what they do. And then I just go through every single one. Sometimes I've had like 40 donations.
Wow.
Because I know what it's like to need to make a sale. And so when someone comes over here and it's like, can I get a discount or can I get this for free? I like, no, I'm sorry. Like I do that sometimes. I do, like, depending on who I know and if it's for like a good cause, but if it's like a fellow small business, right? But I've never liked someone saying, let me help local out. Do you have anything you can give me for free? And it's like, no, like helping me out would be helping me make a sale for the day because I probably only made $100 that day. Yeah. And your sale would help me make an extra $50 or $20.
The mentality shift of like giving instead of like taking is huge. Like you have to change that mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a mindset shift. Love this podcast. Odie's Pizzeria. How you doing? Appreciate you.
Odie's goes hard.
You like Odie's? Tell us about Odie's. We're
Bruh.
gonna give you a shout out here, Odie's.
Odie's, let me tell you, like, so my husband and I went on a date. Man, I just keep talking, right?
That's what the coffee does.
I know.
What's
man, I
in
got
this
this
coffee,
energy.
man?
I know. I'm all, and Odie's is next. No, so we went. Okay. So my husband, since they've opened for Father's Day and his birthday, he has specifics that he needs, and one of them includes Odie's bread.
Wow.
And the sauce. Oh my God, bro. Like, that's wizardry right there. Okay, that's real wizardry. I don't know what y'all are doing over there, but it's like, oh my God, it's that bread. Oh, sometimes that's all we want for dinner. It's just that bread.
bread.
And it's just like with the sauce. And I'm like, I know this ain't that like, canned like stuff. Like this is like made from scratch sauce.
Maybe well, where's it at? We gotta go check it out.
Dude, oh my God, that bread. Oh, and then of course, add the crust and all that. But and then they have like, some pretty good wine. I love wine. But that bread, oh my God. Y'all need to go. Just go. Just go. Because that place is bomb.
Nice. Thanks a lot, Odie's. Appreciate you. Wow. So we're about to close out. I got an HEB question to ask everybody. Which HEB do you shop at, or which one do you avoid?
Or
no comment.
Being as though like I don't want people to know where I go shop at.
There you go.
I don't want to get stopped. I don't want to get stopped. I don't want them to be like, guys, it's just a normal day. I want to be with my family.
You know what? I think I scare some of my listeners because they'll see me in public and they'll be looking at me, and I'm like, "What are they looking at? What are you looking at?" And
that
I give them
happens a lot.
Yeah.
Bro. And my husband, it cracks him up because now he's all like, babe, can we just have a normal day, please? Because it's happened. When the one thing I noticed is when you have a business and you put yourself out there. I mean, I don't personally put my face out there a lot.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think you care to see it. I think what I want you to see is my product, and I want you to see this place, and I want you to love it.
Cool.
But the people that have seen me and they know that I'm the owner, they'll like come up to me and they feel like we're besties, right? Like we're friends. Wow. They're like, "Hey, how is everything?"
Crazy.
This and that. And I'm like, "What?" No, I'll talk to them and then we'll just like chat. And my husband's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "I have no idea." But I'm so glad that they love the shop. So now, like, I have this like ongoing joke with my husband. We go somewhere and I'm like, guys, can we just have like I just want a regular day. I want to have time with my spouse. Like, can we do this maybe on my off time, like right now? No, the HEB, I saw the other episode of that guy talking about the one on leopard, right? It's
yeah, he avoids that one. He says
the one where that other random ass like Starbucks is.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Is that the leopard?
No, they just put a new Starbucks out there, and it's on Leopard.
But it's in that area, that HEB.
Yeah.
I did not know that HEB was there.
Really?
And my husband owns like some properties, and he had one over there, and I went with him, and I was like, "There's an HEB here," and he's like, "Yeah," and we're not getting off, so don't you could wait, whatever you need. And I saw it, I was like, "Yeah, no, it's
Do you know of any HEBs that don't exist anymore, like where it used to be? The one I can think of is on Baldwin and Morgan. It was a HEB, and then after that, it turned into like a club, and then it turned into like a school. You remember that?
Do you remember Albertsons? No, it's not.
Man, I don't. People always bring up Albertsons.
Where Ray High School is.
Okay.
Right, like right in front. That's Del Mar now, but that used to be, or is it Eckerd's? One of those. I don't even know how I remember. I'm not that old now. I'm only like 40, but I remember that.
Yeah.
And you know which HEBs go hard are the ones that play like good music.
Hey, for real.
Because like yesterday, I was like at the HEB on Weber, and they were just like playing like the early 2000s, like
oh, nice.
What's that band called? Vertical Horizon or
Bring Me the Horizon?
No, it goes because you're a god and
okay.
And then they started playing like what is that band called? Tonic or like just like all then like lit like
Yeah.
My
Oh,
own worst
yeah.
enemy. And I was like, yes,
Shop
bro.
to this.
I was like, and
Dang.
singing along,
Mhm.
because I that's
That's what
even
he thinks.
when anytime if I'm working behind the bar, I realize I have resting bitch face, right? So like I'm back there, so I'm like listening to music, and then I get in my zone, and I'm like, "No, enojada," and I can see why my husband was like, "You're a little intimidating to
Well,
approach."
to be honest, I kind of thought that about you too. When I first seen you at the because remember I lived right down the street from the old one.
Yeah.
I think I had met you once, or I knew a barista. Barista. It was a guy barista. How do you say barista? Man,
Barista.
Barista. It was a dude. I knew him. He was working there, whatever. And you were there. It was like, oh, this is the owner, and I met you. And I was like, oh shoot. So you did kind of have that. I don't know. Maybe it's
If I had a nickel,
resting, huh?
if I had a nickel for someone saying that, I'd have 500 locations by now. But and I'm aware of that. I'm aware
But
of the
it's just-
face that I
yeah,
have.
of
So
course.
sometimes I have to be like,
And even at that, you can't like.
no,
fake
and now
it.
it's like scary. Like, but like I realize I have to, and but I always appreciate like someone who, like I have like very few. Well, my husband, who sees it and then talks to me anyway,
Oh, shoot.
and then they get to know me,
Yo,
and then they're like,
you're like, you actually work for this.
yeah, you're like, you're not at all like that who I thought you were. Like you like are normal, and I'm like, yeah.
Wow, so
but
cool.
no, like I realized that, so like I'm back there, like I have to like remember to be like,
That's cool. All right, before we go, do you have any? I guess I'll give you the last word. Is there anything you would like to say? I guess what's some advice you would give your younger self, or anybody watching? Say they're a woman, Latina, maybe wanting to start a business, or any type of encouragement or anything that you would like to share with your audience or our audience.
advice wise, if I give myself, I knew immediately when you asked me what I would say, because like I tell myself this all the time. You're a lot smarter than you think that you are. You are 100% a lot smarter than you think that you are, and you grow up thinking that you're never going to amount to anything, or to do even have the capacity to do anything. And then when you actually do it, you're like, oh, so I'm not who I thought I was. And I wholeheartedly like can say I worked really, really hard for this. And it's just that bad bitch mentality, like it's having that bad bitch mentality. And my husband, I remember when I met him, I got to know him because he's real quiet. I'm like, you're a bad bitch, and you need to own that. And he said that in our vows too. He's like, thank you for making me feel like a bad bitch. But it's
Cool.
just like really like believing in yourself. And it sounds like super cliche and cheesy, but like it's
for sure.
so true, man. And for any other business owner, it's really hard. And I will never begin to even in any way sugarcoat that. It's super hard.
Yeah.
And to literally start from scratch with just maybe like 3 tables and like a few chairs that I found at like the Pulga, to being here now has been, I don't know, man. Like it's just, sometimes I wow myself in a sense where I'm like, man, dude, like you really did have the capacity. You do have the capacity.
Wow.
You do have the mental capacity to do it. And that's why whenever I meet like fellow like Latinas or like fellow business owners, like, and there's a coffee shop Grind. They had closed down for a little bit with the AC. Like, I'm like, I know I don't really know y'all, but like, if y'all ever need anything, like, talk to me. Like,
Wow.
Maybe I haven't like, maybe I've gone through it, or maybe I know someone that I can point you through it. And they were like, no, they appreciated that. But it has not been without any hiccups and bumps. And, you have a big handbook. It gets bigger because you go through all the oops and you're like, oh, gotta add that on there. So, but it's hard, but it's not impossible.
Yep.
And you just have to know and trust the right people and never think that you know everything.
Wow.
Because I think that the moment you start, like I said, the moment you start to think that you know everything, you're cooked, man.
It's done.
Like I've met business owners that are no longer in business. I remember meeting them, and they were like, "Well, we're the best." Like straight up telling me, and they owned a coffee shop, and I own one too. And I'm like, but I don't tell people I own a coffee shop unless they ask.
Yeah.
I was just there, and he didn't know I owned a coffee shop, and he was like, "Oh, I'm the best. I'm this and that, and no one can beat me, and no one can do that." And he ended up like, he got so close, and I feel like it's such a close-minded thing. This was like years ago, and he closed down. He couldn't do it, and I'm like, to me, I'm constantly trying to like, okay, how can I be better here, or how can I evolve? Like here, everyone's evolving. How can I do this? How can I do that? We all take. I feel like there's I don't know, maybe again back to not being competitive, but we all take things from other people that are doing it, and it's like, how can I do that? Emulate that with a little twist of my own, and like that was a really good idea. And I don't know. I don't see that as like, what do you want to know? And because I've had situations where like coffee shop owners like would walk in. I guess they knew like I owned a coffee shop, and then they're like, and they would be rude or they'd just be like, kind of like, what is she doing here? I'm like, I don't know. Your shop looks cool. Like, I just want to coffee, bro. Like, it's all that deep.
Just come to admire what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'll post about it, my personal page. And I'm like, this place is cool. I'll tell other people, if you're in that area, go.
Yeah.
Like, go. And because I know what it's like to start a business, and I know how freaking hard it is. And I know like the slow days, like even now, like it's slow because we're more of a touristy shop. Right. So it's slowed down a lot, and it's scary, but I know what that's like. I know how hard it is, you know? And I'm like, I don't wish the worst on you. I want you to succeed. I want all the other coffee shops to succeed because I know what it's like to have to pay rent, have to pay myself. I got kids to like feed. So I also know what it's like to not have any money. Yeah. And that's such a ugly feeling. Yeah. And I don't want that. I want everyone to succeed. If you don't want me to succeed, well, then I'm going to succeed anyway.
Hey,
you know,
that's what's
that's on you.
Definitely respect the hustle. Definitely. Well, thanks a lot, you guys, for joining the show, and obviously, thanks for you, Susana, for letting us use your place to do this podcast episode. Lovely place. Come and check it out, you guys. What's the address?
It's 43. Girl, I forgot. Like I had a brain fart. Real quick.
Yeah, the Coffee Mug. She just moved.
4535 SPID.
There you go. It's all good, shoot.
Sorry, I had a brain fart. I don't know. I was literally thinking Morgan. Oh my god.
Nostalgia. It just goes to show you that like some people think we're bulletproof. You know what I mean? But we're not, man.
Yes, we're right in front of Hooters. Shout out to Hooters girls. Because we always like caffeinate them too.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, I saw them coming in. I saw the restaurant coming in.
I'll be telling them like, hey, no se te olvide, we got coffee for y'all over here. Yeah. And then the Izzy's bar, before they start their shift, they come over here.
You have new hours? Do they know? The people know about the new hours?
So right now we're open 7 to 5. Weekends, we're open till 7 to 7. Mm-hmm. So we're open later on the weekends. But yeah, no, we're right off SPID. In the same shopping center. I always say, y'all, you heard of Hooters, or we're their neighbors.
Yeah, or we go to the Texas
Flame, bro.
Texas Flame, hell yeah!
I love a good
steak.
You
like that place?
You don't understand. Like steak is steak is a little bit below my love for my husband. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I love a good steak, and I went there, and I go there by myself. I love going places by myself. I sit there and I just enjoy a glass of wine and the steak, and I'm just like. I'm like, I swear I have friends. I just genuinely like being alone and eating a steak. So, no, Texas Flame is bomb.
Yeah. My wife loves that place. Anytime we go up, steak. Like here, I think we go here frequent here more than any other place that has the steaks. Joe's Crab Shack. We go to Joe's Crab Shack too. But yeah, so it's right here by the Texas Flame. You guys come check it out. I'm drinking the Hufflepuff white mocha, cinnamon in it. Good stuff here. And you're drinking? Oh, are you drinking black or are you drinking?
I'm drinking an Americano.
Americano.
just a cup of coffee with some steamed half and half.
Yeah. Bring your laptop, bring a friend, chit chat, have a good time, you guys. But thanks a lot again for this interview, for letting us use this place. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
you guys in the chat, check out the replay if you haven't seen it. I'll be posting it also on Spotify, Apple, and all that other stuff. It's Corpus Christi Original. See you guys later.
Bye.